I always look forward to reading books by Malcolm Gladwell. His writings often deal with social sciences like sociology and psychology, and he provides loads of case studies. Sometimes I feel he uses just those examples that support his theories, which are not backed by science, but I still like his books because number one, Gladwell is an amazing storyteller. I love all the stories and case studies that he shares in his books. You may or may not agree with the points that he's making, but in the end, you will always remember the stories that he told. And number two, I love the topics of his books. They're quite unusual and unique. For example, his book Bomber Mafia is about fighter pilots during World War II. A lot of his books give a perspective on things that we encounter every other day, but probably haven't really thought about. For example, his book Blink is about the impact of quick decisions, their strengths, and pitfalls. Gladwell sparks people's interest in research and makes them want to know more. I feel people should read his books, seeking a different way of thinking about the world around us. Oh, and if you like audiobooks, then Gladwell is a very good narrator, and all of his books are fun to listen to. I have read most of his books, and here are 5 of his books that I highly recommend. Outliers. In this book, Gladwell takes us on an intellectual journey through the world of outliers, the best and the brightest, the most famous and the most successful. He asks the question, what makes high achievers different? What it takes to be a great soccer player? Why Asians are good at math? And what made the Beatles the greatest rock band? This book has some good ideas about the massive role of chance, opportunities, hard work, and cultural legacies in everyone's success, and it is absolutely worth reading. The tipping point. The tipping point is that magic moment when an idea, trend, or social behavior crosses a threshold, tips, and spreads like wildfire, just as a single sick person can start an epidemic of flu. So too can a small but precisely targeted push can cause a fashion trend. Gladwell has loads of case studies in the book, like why do books by unknown authors suddenly become bestsellers? How is it that 2 people can do much the same thing and yet have completely different results? Gladwell has filled the book with lively anecdotes, making it a fascinating read. What the Dog Saw and Other Adventures. This is a collection of Gladwell's writings on various topics that were originally published in The New Yorker. What the Dog Saw is a fun mix of popular sociology, psychology, economics, social history, and marketing. My favorite articles in the bunch were the ones on hair color, plagiarism, criminal profiling, pit bulls, and homelessness. The articles are just the right length, and this book was a fascinating read. David and Goliath, Underdogs, Misfits, and the Art of Battling Giants. Many apparent disadvantages can turn out to be advantages, while many apparent advantages can turn out to be disadvantages. And that is the theme of this book. Each chapter is a collection of anecdotes from all spheres of life. I recommend this book to everyone interested in psychology. My most favorite book by Gladwell is Talking to Strangers. Each of us, over the course of our lives, builds our own set of operating instructions for our face based on the culture and environment we inhabit. And it is a big problem if our society has created a rule for understanding strangers based on reading faces. This book explains a lot of that through mismatching, which is basically how someone appears at a given time as opposed to who they really are. Some people appear to be not nice or guilty or some other trait which many would deem as a red flag, which might be false. Not everybody who is sad cries. Not everyone who is big-hearted has a smiley face, and not every smiling face is happy within. When dealing with people we do not know, we are not always the best judge of the character. Examples of this vary from Hitler to the Amanda Knox case in Italy, and many others. Subjects dealt with include spying, bigotry, prejudice, financial dishonesty. It is a compulsively readable book. I hope you like these recommendations. Happy reading.